What's up everyone, Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry, and welcome to day 2 of our 5 days of Christmas. If you're new here, this is the 5 days of Christmas that are leading up to our Black Friday holiday season, where we go over some specific holiday guides to help you on your buying journey. Today we have a pretty unique gift guide for you. It's for your friend who you really want to get into carry, but you have absolutely no idea to introduce them to this entire world that they're not familiar with. Take it from someone who's been converted pretty recently. I think that there's a couple of gifts on this list that might really intrigue that normal person and kind of inch them closer and closer to becoming that everyday carry enthusiast that you really want them to be. Getting into the world of carry might be a little bit confusing, and we don't want to scare anybody away from this really awesome hobby. And really the core focus of this guide is to try to get those wheels spinning and to get this person to start thinking about all the possibilities that this item is going to allow them to have. And once you start opening those floodgates, that's where everyday carry can get really, really fun. So without further ado, this is our gift guide of 10 items that's going to convert your normie friend into an everyday carry enthusiast. Here we go. Our first item is going to be the Lamley fountain pen. Maybe people aren't writing as much anymore, but hopefully this is going to convert them into thinking that a pen can be more than a Bic ballpoint pen that runs out of ink halfway through you're trying to, write your signature. When you have a pen that's actually made for writing and you can feel the strokes and how much pressure that you're putting on the pen and how that converts into your actual writing experience, that's kind of the gateway drug into finding out that everyday carry can be really awesome. This pen is about $30, so I think the price point is also very approachable. You're not spending a ton of money to try to invest into this person on something that they might not be super jazzed about. I think this is a really good starter pen for anybody who's kind of on the fence about fountain pens, kind of on the fence about carrying a dedicated pen. These come with cartridges that you can swap out, so you can make this a blue pen or a black pen or a red pen or anything like that. It writes really smooth. It has a really nice tip to it. You have a lot of great finger holding structure to it. So I think you can't really go wrong for $30 on a fountain pen. Can't recommend the Lamley fountain pen anymore. Our next item to talk about are just MagSafe wallets in general. This one is from Bristow, but you can pick them up from a bunch of different companies. This one specifically is made out of leather. You can fit about 4 cards in here, and it also creates a kickstand. Now, MagSafe wallets in general, and the reason why we picked it as an item, is that it kind of converts this idea in having your wallet and your phone be separate and merging those two things together. And what would that look like in your everyday life if you only had to keep track of one item instead of 2 separate items? So just trying to get this person to kind of start thinking in that way of how can we either optimize this scenario or how can we combine certain things into one thing? I think that a MagSafe wallet is a really good starter point for that. The next item on our list is a GAN charger, and we've talked about GAN chargers a lot in the past. This is a really great way to have your friends start to think about different possibilities when it comes to power and charging. I think a lot of people just think that, the laptop battery charger that comes in the box is what you're supposed to use, but there's a lot of really awesome options out there, and GAN chargers kind of create this really symbiosis middle ground between power, efficiency, and size. So this is a little bit more on the pricier end of things, coming in roughly at around $100, but it's definitely an investment, and if your friend doesn't know anything about GAN chargers, this is gonna blow their freaking minds. So if your budget can swing it, your normie friend is gonna think this is like a magic box that can do a ton of stuff, and you're gonna be the hero of the day. Our next item is gonna be a Stasher Ziploc bag. We've talked about this a lot on the channel already, but just to kind of reiterate why this is such an amazing gift, it's less than $20. You're not gonna break the bank. And this person that you're giving this to, they can use it in their day-to-day life, but they can also use it in their travel sense. This is a microwavable, freezable bag. You can put snacks in here. I also use it to carry electronics because it's a good, clear plastic pouch. It's also reusable, so it's basically like a Ziploc bag, but you can put it in the dishwasher as well. And that's kind of the thing that we're trying to hit with these gifts, is trying to make your friend think that things can be multi-purposed and multifunctional. And I think that a reusable Ziploc bag is a super easy way to get your friend to kind of get those cogs turning in their mind. Another super affordable gift is toiletry bottles, and these ones from Gravel are really awesome because you can combine them together like this, and they kind of form a perfect rectangle, and see how there's no space in between them, so you're really utilizing all of the space inside of your toiletry bag, which is really awesome, especially when you're talking about 3-ounce bottles. So the thing about reusable toiletry bottles that are super awesome, maybe your friend doesn't know that they exist, but you're gonna save them a lot of money because you don't have to buy those like small travel size toiletry things. They're actually really expensive for the amount of volume of like liquid that you're getting. So if you have a reusable toiletry bottle, you can fill it with anything that you can think of that's a liquid. It's TSA compatible because it's less than 3 ounces. And I think this is a gift that maybe your friend has seen it in stores before, but they just don't think that they need it and they're never gonna buy it for themselves. And that part in their life is where you as a friend can come in and be like, I got you, fam. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna buy the thing that you've thought about for a really long time and not have pulled the trigger on it. And a bonus thing for these ones too is that they're gonna be on sale for Black Friday. We have a discount code that stacks on top of their Black Friday discount. So for example, if they have a 30% off sale, and let's say my coupon is 10%, you can get that thing for 40% off. So it's a really awesome time to like get a bunch of stocking stuffers for all your normie friends who don't know anything about toiletry bottles. So just buy like 10 of them for your next holiday party and you're gonna be the belle of the ball. Our next item is again another thing that we have already talked about on the channel, but if you don't already know about it, you gotta know now. You need to get yourself a hero clip. And if you're an everyday carry enthusiast and you don't own a hero clip, are you even an EDC nerd? Because this, I think, is somebody's badge of honor if they are. So a hero clip, if you don't already know, is basically a glorified carabiner that also has this really cool function where you can hook this onto stuff. And you might not think that's a really like revolutionary idea, but if you have a bag and you don't want to have it touch the floor, especially like in a bathroom, for example, you can clip the bag onto the carabiner part and then you can hook the hook part onto the door, or you can hook the hook on the side of a table when you're at a restaurant. The hero clip kind of becomes synonymous, I feel like, with everyday carry just because it's so versatile. You always need something to clip other things to, so it kind of already has that functionality just purely as a carabiner. But the fact that it also combines the hook aspect to it, that's what's next level about it. And it's less than $30. So if you don't already own like 10 of these, you kind of should get on that for real. Like, please buy hero clips. Use the link in the bio when you do them, but you should buy it. Our next item on the list is this Yeti mug. It's a 14-ounce mug. It's got a massive, huge opening. Look at that. Just think about the hot chocolate that you're gonna drink out of this. Just think about the soup that you could eat out of this. I use it every day as my actual coffee mug, but I take it camping with me. I also bring it just out and about because, you know, sometimes I just need a sip of water. It's double insulated, so it's always gonna be cold or hot depending on what you put in here. It's got a huge wide opening, so you can actually, you know, put a spoon in there and eat some things. I've eaten chili out of this. I've put pudding in here. I also have put like a whiskey Coke in here as well. So it's very versatile, maybe not in the same ways that we've already talked about before, but I think it still hits those marks in getting somebody to think about what are all the things that I can do with this thing and how is that gonna improve my life? I feel like that's the mantra of anybody who's into everyday carry, and this could be that gateway for them to kind of start to realize that that's something that they could think about. The next two things on our list are gonna be bags, because we can't talk about everyday carry and not talk about at least a couple bags. So the first one we've already mentioned on the channel before, and it is the Lululemon everyday carry belt bag. This thing comes in all the colors under the sun. This is the black on black version. You can get it in pink, you can get it in blue, you can get it red. It doesn't matter. Know your friend, know what color they would like, but this is an awesome pocket reliever. And I know your friend out there doesn't even understand that concept. They still shove everything in their pockets, and you can be the one to tell them how awesome it is to be able to put your hands in your pockets and put your stuff inside of a sling bag. And they might think, oh, this looks kind of like a purse, but no, you can rock it in a really cool urban style kind of way. And I think that this has the correct amount of pocketing layout to kind of get them used to the idea of a little bit of segmentation, but it's not going to be too overwhelming. You have really, really like nice but basic materials on here, nylon, polyester, so it's nothing that's gonna be too intimidating for them. This is also a very affordable gift. It's less than $50, so you can't go wrong. The Lululemon Everywhere belt bag. And the last item on our list, and going with that same, how can we get them into carry, but like not be too hardcore about it, I think that the Uniqlo crescent shaped bags are like a freaking steal. You can get these for like $20, $25. The crescent bag in itself, I've already talked about how much I absolutely love this silhouette because it conforms very well to almost any body type. You can wear it on your side, you can wear it on the front, you can wear it in the back, and it looks good. This one is super basic. There's only 2 internal slip pockets here on the back, but again, we don't wanna overwhelm your friend. We don't wanna scare them away from the amazing world of everyday carry. And I think that, you know, a $25 investment in your friend, you're just being a good friend at that point. But I've had this one for years. You can see that there's a little bit of discoloration here, nothing that a little water and soap can't get into. Your friend, they're probably gonna use this for literally like maybe the rest of their lives because they just don't even know any better. But we're hoping that this is gonna be the thing that gets them going. And so we just wanna try to get them there for the least amount of money possible. And the Uniqlo Crescent bag is definitely something worth considering. All right, so those were our 10 items to try to convert your friend into an everyday carry enthusiast. Let us know down in the comments if you agree with our takes. We also have 3 more days of Emerald's Daily Carry Christmas coming up. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel yet that you definitely do, because we got a lot of really awesome gift guides coming your way, including our gifts under $100, gifts under $50, and gifts for your lady friend, because take it from a lady, I think I know what she wants to get her into carry. My name's Emerald from Emerald's Daily Carry. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.